We are now in the Valley of the Queens on the west bank of Luxor, in the tomb of Queen Nefertari, wife of Ramesses the Great, Ramesses II, who was second to none. He was also second to none in war and in love. And he would call his wife Nefertari, the one for whom the sun shines. I'm going to introduce this vignette in a didactic fashion so that even the uninitiated can enjoy. We read the hieroglyphs together. Notice, in this vignette, we can actually learn the entire phonetic system, the entire hieroglyphic writing system. So we have a generic view first before we go into details and read column by column, register by register. Notice it's divided into registers. They're like books, column, columns. And how do I read? From right to left or left to right? I keep asking people how, because every time it can be different each time. There are birds facing right. So we are reading from right to left, facing the birds, into the birds, as if the animals were talking to us. The hieroglyphs are actually talking to us. Now, notice we have this repetition of this black object, right? It looks like half a circle. It's actually a loaf of bread, 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 a loaf of bread. Oh, that's it. This is the sound T. So in this vignette, we have images, we have hieroglyphs that can give us one sound, like the loaf of bread. It's just a T. T, 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 T. We can have a cup of tea on this. Okay, T. So we're done with the T. Now we have hieroglyphs with two sounds, dual, like this basket. It's nib, nib, nib. Okay. And we have this bird, the swallow. It is where, also two sounds, where. Then we have hieroglyphs, images, giving us how many? We're giving us three sounds, like this nefer, or the vulture, Hm.t, right? So now we're ready to read. Starting with the first column, we have this seat, which is quite handy because it reads As.t. As.t was a great asset for the ancient Egyptians. As.t is Isis. Oh, why do I say As.t then? Well, Isis is not Egyptian. Isis is a Greek rendition of an Egyptian edition. I can tell you because of my erudition. Now, Isis, this is As.t, and always, when in doubt, hieroglyph it out. You get some help from the Egyptians. They write one of the sounds at least. Well, not always, but we're lucky. We have the loaf of bread, T, so As.t. So we know for sure they're talking about a hieroglyph that ends with the sound T. As.t. And there is some connection with this mysterious object. You can write about it or ask me about it in the comments. One of the qualifications of As.t, of Isis, she is nb.t. So neb, two sounds from this basket. Neb means Lord. But if you have the femininity with the T, then nb.t, so lady or mistress. So Isis is a lady. So far, so good. And even if you don't know those sounds, this is a sky. Yes. So Isis, lady of heaven. How do you say heaven? This is one sound, P. Again, loaf of bread, T. So pet. Pet, that's heaven. Isis, lady of heaven. As.t, nb.t, pet. We're done with the first column. Yay! Now, we are introducing the queen, Nefertari. Look at this plant. You will see it. It's ubiquitous in Egypt, in hieroglyphs at least. It is a heraldic plant for Upper Egypt and for kingship. Therefore, whenever, not always, but most of the time when you see it, we're talking about the king. It reads Nisut, Nisut. Therefore, we have Nisu, the king. Nisu, king. Then we have another two sound sign, hem, this well, hem, hem. You know this, the T. Hm.t, Hm.t, Hm.t means a wife. Hm.t Nisu, wife of the king. Wait a minute. You said we are reading from right to left because the birds are facing right. Well, there's an exception. You have to pay homage to the king. And no matter what, just place him first. Although in the syntactic position, he comes second. Wife of the king, Hm.t Nisu. But she's not just a wife of the king. The king had many wives. Well, wr. This bird reads wr. And the mouth, one sound R, just emphatic. So we know it's wr. It is wr, which means great. But wife is feminine, so wr.t. So the T of femininity again. Hm.t Nisu wr.t. Wife of the king, the great one. The great wife of the king. The great royal wife. Who is she? And I'm going to start in the middle, then you'll see why. You see this sign, it's red, it has a red part. It's deliberate. Red, this is the heart. And then you have the windpipe. This combination gives us the sounds nefer. You've heard it often. Nefer, snefro, right? Nefertiti. Nefer means beautiful. As if beauty is in the heart, we're in the heart, and then you get the manifestation through the windpipe. So this combination is nefer. It's a cocktail of the windpipe and the heart. So you have the physical and the metaphysical. You get the manifestation as you speak, perhaps. You can speak beauty if there is beauty in the heart. Nefer, be it as it may. Nefer, the loaf of bread, T, Nefertari. See this flowering reed? E, Nefertari, the mouth, the R, and the double, just an E sound, long E sound. Nefertiri. Okay, the queen perhaps wants to take some rest. Nefertari, and she was, look at this canal. The canal reads mer. Yes, a canal in Egyptian is mer. But mer means beloved, to love. Meret, beloved. See this ripple of water? In. Meret in Hm.t. Yes, the vulture is Hm.t. And Hm.t means mother. Hm.t, mother. Beloved of the mother goddess, or just beloved of her mother. Perhaps she was loved by her mother. So we wrap it up. We have Isis, mistress of heaven, lady of heaven. And she is meeting with, well, I expect her to greet in this next life, Hm.t Nisu wr.t, the great royal wife, Nefertari, beloved of Hm.t, or beloved of the mother goddess. Dun, da, da.